There's been attempts in all these boards to make sure that those boards reflect the diversity of our community. So I think I'm left, frankly, in this brief discussion with more questions than answers, and I think coming back, asking staff to come back to look at ways that we can enhance board development and board accountability, I think is a good thing to do. So that's why I move that motion. Sure.
It does sound to me like you've got a problem, and now that is a very big issue to sort out the problem. Would you not think that within the operational performance reviews that are done, that one of the performance standards would be functioning of the board and that it's meeting a certain standard? So,
absolutely. The reason why I told that story is it was anecdotal. It was not, I'm not trying to drive a policy because of
right, but I understand. So perhaps that's actually the function that needs to be strengthened in the performance measures, in the performance matrix, so that once identified, then there's a strategy for that. And I'm not sure that that's strong enough in the performance matrix, or that there's somebody that can be called in order to move on that front. I think that's a big report, and I don't want all. Do you not think that this kind of sends a message to all social housing providers that they all need some board governance? That it's a bit of a hammer on a fly, perhaps, and there might be other ways to ask staff to report back on how they're measuring board performance and intervening where it is below standard.
Okay, well, my intent here is not to certainly use a hammer to kill a fly. My intent is not to call into question the whole thing, but maybe to report, you know, and I'm open to wording to say, take a look at that. In my work on this committee, we've never taken a look at that. There's a lot of players out there. And if nothing else, even do a presentation next time on how this whole thing, I'd like to probe this a little more deeply.
I understand, Councillor, that you want to probe it more deeply, and I agree with you. I'm just looking, I heard staff say after your questions that they have a performance matrix for their operational reviews, and they have staff that do that. And I'm wondering if that gets caught well enough or not. And I'd prefer to have staff tell us how they measure that in their operational reviews, rather than have a whole or all-encompassing piece. Perhaps that. So that's my only problem with this, because I've got a lot of great providers, and then